welcome to my channel. This is Ceeceeg'S. Today I will be making Comfrey Salve for the first time. And before we get into this video, I want to put a disclaimer out that I am not a medical doctor or specialist or anything like that. So before you consider using certain things, make sure you consult your doctor to make sure that that's something that will be good for you. So let's get into this video. So today I wanted to make some Comfrey Salve. And the reason being is that I have a lot of aches and pains, and I know a lot of y'all have a lot of aches and pains. And so, God put, seed-bearing plants and herbs and things into the earth to heal our bodies. And so, yes, we do have conventional medication or whatever, and I'm not going to tell you to stop using your medicine or anything like that. But I think these things can supplement what we're already taking. So I just want to show you what I have before me right now. Now I have some of these are like 2-ounce containers. These are aluminum. And here are the lids that go with it. So I took them apart so that I can get this started. So I just took out a couple of these containers, and I bought those from Amazon, and I'll make sure to link all the supplies in this video so that if you're interested in doing it yourselves, you'll have the materials necessary to do this project. So the next thing I bought is this. It's called Froco beeswax. Comes in a bag like this. So I bought 2 of these. And also I have 2 jars infused with comfrey leaves. And the process that I did this is I dehydrated the leaves first, and then I put extra virgin olive oil in the jars, and you have to cover it till it's covered over. And some of them, like I'm looking at, there may be 1 or 2 little small leaves sticking out. But you want to infuse this oil for up to 4 to 6 weeks. Every day, doing like this, shaking it, and put it in a dark place. Don't let it get exposed to light all day long. But just shake it a little bit and put it away. Next thing is you want to get yourself a double boiler to make this, because you're going to need to melt the beeswax into the infused oil. So you want to fill your pot about halfway and get yourself a double boiler. Now I purchased this one from Amazon for 10 bucks. This is 2 cups here. I'm not going to stick 2 cups inside of here because of oil, because I need to have some room to add the beeswax to the infused oil. The next thing you will need is some measuring spoons so that you can measure out the appropriate amount of beeswax to your infused oil. So now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab 1 of the jars of infused comfrey oil. So when you are infusing your comfrey, make sure you're using the best quality extra virgin olive oil. Now, find yourself an old rusty pan or something to lay this, because you don't want oil all over the counter. Okay, so you want to try this, do this as neat as possible. Let me just make sure this is nice and dry, because I did use it. Okay, now you want to place your strainer over top of your measuring cup and pour. And the leaves will be really oily and sticky. Let's see how much we have. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because that's all I want to do right now is the 3/4 cups. Okay, then I'm going to stick that on top of here, or I could just stick it here. This is what it looks like right here. So the next step, you want to make sure that your pot is full, about half full or just a little bit below that. Okay, and you want to take your double boiler and you want to set it like so, so there's like a separation from the heat to the double boiler. And you want to make sure that the water is just low enough so that it's not touching up against this double boiler. Okay, so you want to turn it on and we'll wait till it heats up. You want to bring 3/4 cups of your infused oil to your double boiler. Now the water is going to start getting hot and you want a boil. Okay, so the next step is you want to take the contents of your oil, infused comfrey oil, and you're going to pour it into the double boiler. Be careful not to get any inside the water. And I can tell there's like a dark hint of comfrey. So this is my first time. I'm going to continue to repeat this process until I get it down right. So we're going to wait, and then we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of the beeswax. This beeswax. And I purchased this at Amazon. When you're putting the beeswax in, you just want to have enough amount that when it starts to solidify, that it's easy to spread in the area that you intended to use it for. Because if you overdo it with the beeswax, then it's going to be really stiff and it's going to be hard to rub it into your skin. And always, before you do any new products, always do a patch test first to make sure you don't have any reactions or interactions with any product that you use. Okay, so now it's starting to heat up. And I'm going to take out the first tablespoon and stick it in here. Of course, some want to stay in the spoon. So that first tablespoon, you want to just kind of stir it in to the oil. Until it's completely melted. You want to stir just a little bit. And you want to do it slowly so that you make sure every bit of the beeswax melts into the infused oil. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. Okay, and this will be the third and final amount of beeswax to melt. Okay, so you want to just stir occasionally until all of the beeswax has melted. I'm waiting for the oil to really heat up so that the beeswax begins to melt. Okay, so here is the double boiler, and I had to turn it down some because I don't want it to like get burned. So you had to take your time and let it melt and dissolve. Okay, so here's the progress of the beeswax. It's starting to look more translucent. I've been stirring and stirring to get it so it can infuse with the comfrey oil. In order to melt the pellets, make sure that the oil is really, really heated up, because otherwise your pellets, the beeswax pellets, will not melt. So be patient with it. Don't give up. It takes some time, but it'll get done. Okay, so it's starting to combine with the infused oil, and then I'm gonna let it boil for maybe 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to let it cool for a second, and then I'm going to pour. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off the heat and remove from this stove. Okay guys, so it's pretty much done boiling. So I'm going to bring it over, and you can let it cool for a little bit, but you don't want to let it cool too much, because then it'll start, you know, forming and gelling into a big glob. So you don't want to do that. So you want to be careful and lift the double boiler from off of here and pour into your container. My hand is shaking because this is hot and I ain't trying to get it all over the place. So this little bit goes a long way from what I'm looking at here. Let me pour a little more. A little more. Let's see here how this thing's looking. I think I got enough to do at least one more. Okay, so I did all of them except one, so I had enough for this amount. So I got 3, 6, 7. I'm gonna take this one off, put that back. So I'm gonna allow these to cool. So here is the finished product. So I'm gonna leave these uncovered all night till they cool off and then solidify. Okay, here is the results of the Comfrey Salve. Now, maybe a couple things I would do differently. This was my first time doing this. I would change the type of extra virgin olive oil. Reason being, I needed organic extra virgin olive oil, cold press is a difference. So even though I have this here, I'm going to use it anyway. This is my first time, but this is just plain Comfrey Salve. But I also ordered about 50 different essential oils that I'm going to implement. So I'm going to try it again and try to perfect it and see how it turns out the next time. But being that this was my first time, I think I did pretty good. I think what I'll do is fill it up a little higher. But it was just a trial run. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.